The Wise Old Man and Koffi. In the heart of a small African village, where the sun painted golden streaks across the land and the baobab tree stood as a silent witness to generations, there lived a wise old man named Baba Quame. His hair was as white as the clouds, his face etched with the stories of a long and meaningful life. Every evening he would sit under the ancient tree, a walking stick resting beside him, as the children of the village gathered around to hear his tales. But among all the children, one stood out to Koffi. He was a boy of 10, curious and full of questions that no one else dared to ask. His mother often scolded him for running off to spend so much time with Baba Quame, but his father, a fisherman, always smiled and said, "Let the boy learn from the elder. His wisdom is worth more than a basket of fish." One evening, as the village settled into the quiet hum of dusk, Koffi approached Baba Quame, clutching a small carved wooden lion he had made. "Baba, why do you always sit under this tree?" he asked, his wide eyes reflecting the golden sunlight. The old man chuckled, his voice as deep and rich as the drums play during the harvest festival. "Ah, Koffi, this tree is my friend. It has stood here longer than I have. Its roots are deep, just as our roots in this village must be." Koffi frowned, turning the small lion in his hands. "But what if the roots break? What if the tree falls?" Baba Quame leaned forward, his gaze steady and kind. "Then, young one, we plant new seeds. That is the way of life. The old must pass on their wisdom so the young can grow strong and wise. Just as this tree gives us shade, we must give to others." Koffi nodded slowly, though the answer stirred more questions in his curious mind. "Baba, will you teach me how to plant seeds?" The old man smiled. "I already am, Koffi. Every story I tell you, every word I speak is a seed. One day, you will grow into a mighty tree, and you will share your shade with others." The boy beamed, suddenly feeling taller than his small frame. He sat beside Baba Quame, leaning against his shoulder, as the old man began another tale, this one about a young warrior who found courage in the face of great danger. As the stars began to twinkle above the village, the laughter of the two echoed softly, blending with the whispers of the evening breeze. Under the ancient baobab, the old and the young shared a bond that promised the future would always have roots in the wisdom of the past. From that day on, Koffi began carving not just animals, but stories into the wooden figures he created. And when Baba Quame's time came to join the ancestors, Koffi sat under the same tree, now taller and wiser, passing on the seeds of wisdom to the next generation, just as his beloved elder had done for him.